we are going to discuss about PN junction diode. Before going to discuss about PN junction diode, in the last lecture we discussed about types of semiconductors. Semiconductors are of two types. One is intrinsic, second one is extrinsic. Intrinsic means which is in purest form, having no impurities. Extrinsic means to a pure semiconductor we have to add some impurities. These impurities may be trivalent or pentavalent. If we are going to add pentavalent impurities to a pure semiconductor, it is called N-type semiconductor. If we add trivalent impurities to a pure semiconductor, it is called as P-type semiconductor. So these are the points which we discussed in the last class. And finally, one more point required for today's class is in P-type semiconductor, majority charge carriers are holes. P stands for positive. Holes are positive. So in P-type, majority charge carriers are holes. In N-type semiconductors, where N stands for negative, as electrons are negatively charged, majority charge carriers in N-type semiconductors are electrons. So these are the two basic points required for studying PN junction diode. So what is PN junction diode? PN junction diode means we are going to take a semiconductor. So this is a semiconductor which may be germanium or silicon. To this semiconductor we are going to add impurities. The process of adding impurities is called doping. So if this is the semiconductor which we are going to take and we are going to add impurities, nothing but doping. So when a semiconductor is doped, a part becomes P-type and the remaining part becomes N-type. A part becomes P-type and the remaining part becomes N-type. This is called as PN junction diode. So when a semiconductor is doped, a part becomes P and the remaining part becomes N. Such a device is called PN junction diode. Symbol of PN junction diode can be shown as like this. This is the symbol for PN junction diode. So this left part indicates P, right part indicates N. This line is going to be called as junction. Diode. Di means two. Volts means electrodes. So diodes means two electrodes. Combination of two electrodes. So P acts as anode and N acts as cathode. So these two electrodes collectively called as PN junction diode. So P acts as anode and N acts as cathode. Both are separated by a junction, hence it is called as PN junction diode. In such a way, we are going to show the symbol for PN junction diode. In one word, when a semiconductor is doped, a part becomes P-type and the remaining part becomes N-type. That is what we are going to call it as PN junction diode. Just now we discussed in P-type majority charge carriers are holes and in N-type majority charge carriers are electrons. So now we are going to discuss what happens inside the PN junction diode. So just now we discussed the symbol PN junction diode which contains P and N. So we are going to take P and N in such a way. Left side part is P, right side part is N. P means positive. Majority charge carriers are holes. So it contains a number of holes in such a way. We are going to indicate hole like this, and we are going to indicate electron like this with a small dot. If you are going to indicate circle, it is called hole. If you are going to indicate a dot type structure, it is called electron. So P, which is P-type semiconductor, which has majority charge carriers are holes. So we are going to take holes. Towards N, N means negative. Majority charge carriers are electrons. So we are going to indicate electrons in N-type semiconductor. Now, holes from P-type diffuses towards N-type. Means this holes from P region moves towards N region. Then what happens if holes moves towards this side? So this is all the holes from P will move towards N region. In the same way, the electrons from N region will diffuses into P type. So all the electrons will move towards P type. So electrons will be in such a way. So what happened here? The holes from P region diffuses into N region, and the electrons from N region diffuses into P region. Diffusion means moving from higher concentration region to lower concentration region. That is the perfect definition for diffusion, which is applicable for gases. But these are charge carriers, so holes from P diffuses into N, and electrons from N region diffuses into P. This process is called diffusion. So diffusion means the process in which holes from P diffuses into N, electrons from N diffuses into P. That is what we are going to call diffusion, and such current is called diffusion current. Diffusion current. So holes from P diffuses into N, and electrons from N diffuses into P. Such process is called diffusion, and the current produced due to hole and electron combinations, as both are charge carriers, they give some current. Such current is called diffusion current. During diffusion, holes move towards this side. So holes will be this side, and electrons from N moves towards this side. Due to this, what happened? A small region is produced between P and N. Such region is called depletion layer. Such region is called depletion layer. So whenever holes move towards this side, N type, and electrons will move towards P type, a small region between them is produced. Such a small region produced is called as depletion layer. So width of this depletion layer, the depletion layer formed has a width of 1/10 of micrometer. Nu indicates micro. Micro means 10 power minus 6. So the width of this depletion layer will be 1/10th part of micrometer. Micro means 10 power minus 6. So 1/10 into 10 power minus 6. If 10 moves upwards, minus 6, 10 power minus 1, 10 power minus 7 meters. This is the width of the depletion layer. So up to now what we have done, holes from P enters or diffuses into N, electrons from N diffuses into P. Such process is called diffusion, and the current produced is called diffusion current. During this process, holes from P moves towards N and electrons from N moves towards P and forms a small region. That region is called depletion layer. In this depletion layer, the width is 1/10th of micrometer, which is equal to 10 power minus 7 meters. If you look carefully the depletion layer, this is depletion layer. Holes are present nearer to N region and electrons are present nearer to P region. Holes are present nearer to N and electrons are present nearer to P region. So in depletion layer, both holes and electrons are present. To this depletion layer, the most important point, to this depletion layer, if we are applying an electric field, if we are going to apply an electric field for this depletion layer, a potential is produced. A potential is produced. Such potential is called potential barrier, indicated by VB. So whenever we are applying an electric field to the charge carriers in depletion layer, automatically a potential is produced. Such potential is called as potential barrier. What is the use of this potential barrier? Means potential barrier is the potential which opposes. Whenever there is a potential barrier here, this potential barrier opposes the motion of the charge carriers. Further motion of the charge carriers. It does not make either holes or electrons from P and N to enter inside. That is the specialty of the potential barrier. So potential barrier means potential which opposes the movement of charge carriers further. If this complete semiconductor is made with germanium, the potential barrier is 0.3 volts. If this complete semiconductor is made with silicon, potential barrier is 0.6 volts. Standard values. Potential barrier for germanium crystal is 0.3 electron volts and for silicon it is 0.6 electron volts. As it is small, we have to measure in terms of electron volts. Now, whenever in this depletion layer, if we are going to apply electric field, due to that electric field, a potential is developed, we are going to call potential barrier. Due to this electric field between holes and electrons, there will be some current. Such current is called drift current. Such current is called as drift current. So drift current is the current between charge carriers in depletion layer due to application of electric field. So in PN junction diode there are two currents. One is diffusion current when holes move towards N type and electrons move towards P type. That current is called diffusion current. Drift current is the current between holes and electrons or between charge carriers when an electric field is applied. So in such a way, in case of PN junction diode, there will be two currents, diffusion current and drift current. Now coming to an important point here. To explain the point of electric field, always electric field will move from positive to negative. This is the direction of electric field. It moves from positive charge to negative charge. So just see here now. P means holes having positive charge. N means electrons having negative charge. So holes move towards this side. So the direction will be positive to negative. P has holes. Holes have positive charge. So the direction will be from P to N. This is the direction of diffusion current. In case of depletion layer, these are holes having positive charge. These are electrons having negative charge. So the direction will be in such a way, positive to negative. So the direction will be in such a way for drift current. So both diffusion current and drift current will have directions in the opposite way. At equilibrium, the sum of currents means sum of drift current and diffusion current is equal to 0. Is equal to 0. This is the point which we have to know. At equilibrium, the sum of two currents is equal to 0. One more important point is, at starting, there is only diffusion current. There is only diffusion current from P to N. Whenever you apply electric field, then we got a drift current. So diffusion current is the current without electric field. Drift current is the current by presence of electric field. And the last point to here in diffusion or in case of drift or in depletion layer is, this potential barrier VB can be indicated by a diagram. See, potential barrier, this is higher potential, this is lower potential. By applying an electric field, this is higher potential, this is lower potential. By applying a electric field, it gives potential barrier, which means nothing but the difference between higher potential and lower potential. This gives a potential barrier. And already we discussed it. Potential barrier value for germanium is 0.3 electron volts, whereas for silicon it is 0.6 electron volts. In such a way, we can indicate how depletion layer is formed, how many currents, drift current and diffusion current are generated, and finally, with the help of a small diagram, we indicated how to produce a depletion layer or a potential barrier. So once again, so this is a semiconductor in which doping takes place. A part becomes P and the remaining part becomes N. In P, majority charge carriers are holes. In N, majority charge carriers are electrons. So holes from P enters into N and electrons from N enters into P. Such process is called diffusion. And such current due to combination of holes and electrons is called diffusion current. During this process, whenever holes move towards this side, these holes will be formed at N end and electrons moving from N type will settle yet towards P side. A small region is produced. Such a region is called depletion layer. In depletion layer, whose thickness or width is 1/10 of a micrometer. Whenever electric field is applied, a potential is developed which is called potential barrier. The main importance of potential barrier is to oppose the further flow of charge carriers. It restricts. It can't make charge carriers to move from either from P or from N. It just restricts. That is the main motto of potential barrier. So potential barrier means nothing but potential, which opposes the further movement of charge carriers. If the entire semiconductor is made with germanium, potential barrier value is 0.3 electron volts, and for silicon it is 0.6 electron volts. So whenever we apply electric field between holes and electrons, current is developed in the depletion layer. Such current is called drift current. So drift current is the current produced between charge carriers by applying electric field. Always the direction of electric field will be from positive to negative. So P holes, N electrons. So the direction of diffusion current will be positive to negative, means from P to N. If you see in depletion layer, it will be from holes to electrons. Holes have positive charge. So the direction will be in such a way. So both the directions of drift current and diffusion current are opposite. At equilibrium, the sum of the currents is 0, as both are acting in opposite directions. And during starting stage, initially there is only diffusion current. By applying electric field, drift current increases. And finally, potential barrier can be shown by a small diagram which indicates higher potential. This indicates lower potential. Whenever you apply electric field, the difference between higher potential and lower potential is called as potential barrier VB, indicated by VB, which is measured in electron volts. In such a way, the depletion layer and potential barrier will be explained based on a small. So up to now we discussed how PN junction diode is formed, what is diffusion current, how depletion layer is formed, and what is drift current, and how the diagram of potential barrier looks. Now we are going to move into the second part of PN junction diode, which is forward bias and reverse bias of a PN junction diode. First of all, we should know what is meant by bias. Bias means if this is a PN junction diode, if this PN junction diode is connected to a battery, it is called bias. So in one word, a PN junction diode is connected to a battery, it is called as bias. These biases are of two types. One is forward bias, second one is reverse bias. So we will discuss each one in detail. What is forward bias means? So just see the diagram. So we are going to take a PN semiconductor or PN junction diode. So this is a PN junction diode. This is P, this is N, this is depletion layer. In depletion layer, electrons are towards P region and holes are towards N region. Such a PN junction diode is connected to a battery. Then what is forward bias means? When P type is connected to positive terminal of the battery and N type is connected to negative terminal of the battery. P should be connected to positive and N should be connected to negative. Then the PN junction diode is said to be in forward bias. Now coming to its electric field. This is the battery. Already we discussed. Electric field means direction will be from positive to negative. So for the battery, direction is, this is positive, this is negative. So direction will be in such a way, from positive to negative. In depletion layer, these are electrons, these are holes. holes have positive charge and electrons have negative charge. So the direction will be in such a way. Electric field due to battery is opposite to electric field due to depletion layer. So both the directions are in opposite direction. One is towards left side, second one towards right side. So as both are in opposite direction, the resultant electric field decreases. The resultant electric field decreases. If electric field decreases, potential barrier decreases. If potential barrier decreases, if this potential barrier decreases, automatically the charge carriers will move towards each side and flow of current takes place. In case of forward bias, the current is measured in terms of milliamperes. Milliamperes. As flow of current is more, resistance is less. In such a way, the semiconductor diode works in forward bias. So in forward bias, the P-type is connected to positive terminal and N-type is connected to negative terminal. That is what we are going to call it as forward bias. If you look at the battery, the electric field is from positive to negative. In depletion layer, from holes to electrons, positive to negative. Both the electric fields are in opposite direction. If both are in opposite direction, electric field decreases. If electric field decreases, potential barrier decreases or depletion layer decreases. If potential barrier or depletion layer decreases, the charge carriers from both sides will move and hence produces more current. When our depletion layer is less, charge carriers will move very easily. So they can move very easily and produce large current. So as current is maximum, resistance is minimum in case of forward bias. And the current is measured in milliamperes. If you look at the diagram of depletion layer, this is depletion layer, this is higher potential, this is lower potential. So the diagram will be in such a way. Due to depletion layer. But electric field decreases. If electric field decreases, potential barrier or depletion layer decreases. So being this is potential barrier, it decreases. So we are going to see. So this is the new depletion layer. This is the new depletion layer produced due to electric field decreases. In such a way, we can show the potential barrier diagram in case of forward bias. The same mechanism is going to be applied for reverse bias. In forward bias, P-type is connected to positive terminal and N-type is connected to negative terminal. In reverse bias, this is a PN junction diode, this is P, this is N, this is depletion layer. Here electrons resides, here holes are present. This P is connected to negative terminal and this N is connected to positive terminal of the battery. In forward bias, P to positive and N to negative. In reverse bias, P is connected to negative terminal of the battery and N is connected to positive terminal of the battery. So what is reverse bias means? When P-type semiconductor is connected to negative terminal and N-type semiconductor is connected to positive terminal, it is called as reverse bias. Now coming to directions of electric field. See, electric field direction will be from positive to negative. Look at the battery direction. this is positive, this is negative. So direction will be towards from positive to negative. Look at the direction of electric field in depletion layer. This is depletion layer. These are holes, these are electrons. Positive to negative. Holes are positive. So positive to negative. Both the electric fields due to battery, due to depletion layer are in the same direction. If both the electric fields are in the same direction, electric field increases. If electric field increases, potential barrier increases. Depletion layer increases. If depletion layer increases, charge carriers from P cannot move into N, or charge carriers from N cannot move into P. So the current decreases. Minimum current is produced. Very small current is produced. That current is measured in terms of microamperes. Here current is measured in milliamperes. Here current is measured in microamperes. So once again, in reverse bias, P is connected to negative terminal and N is connected to positive terminal. So directions of electric fields from positive to negative. So back direction will be from positive to negative, and in depletion layer, direction will be from holes which are positive towards electrons which are negative. So both directions of electric fields are in same direction. So electric field increases. As both are in the same direction, so electric field increases. If electric field increases, depletion layer increases, potential barrier increases. So as the depletion layer increases, the charge carriers cannot move so easily and the flow of current is very less. If current is less, means minimum, resistance is maximum. Now looking at the diagram of potential barrier. First of all, potential barrier will be in such a way. This is higher potential, this is lower potential. So in such a way, from higher to lower. Now, as both electric fields are in same direction, electric field increases, potential barrier also increases. So the new potential barrier will be in such a way. So potential barrier increases. As potential barrier increases, automatically charge carriers cannot move so easily, and so it leads to less current and more resistance. Important points to be noted in forward and reverse biases. In forward, P is connected to positive and N is connected to negative. In reverse, P is connected to negative and N is connected to positive. Here, as both the electric fields are in opposite direction, resultant electric field decreases. As electric field decreases, potential barrier decreases and depletion layer decreases. As depletion layer decreases, charge carriers can move, produces more current, and resistance is low. Current is measured in milliampere. In case of reverse bias, both the directions of electric fields are in the same direction. So electric field increases. As electric field increases, potential barrier increases, depletion layer increases. So as depletion layer increases, automatically charge carriers from both sides cannot move so easily, and so current is minimum, resistance is maximum, and such minimum current in reverse bias can be measured by using an microammeter. So in the last part we discussed forward bias and reverse bias of p-n junction diode. Coming to the last part of p-n junction diode, where we will discuss about current, voltage, characteristics of p-n junction diode. Current voltage characteristics of p-n junction diode. Current voltage characteristics means nothing but a graph between voltage and current. If you draw a graph taking voltage along x-axis and current I along y-axis, such a graph is called as current voltage characteristics of p-n junction diode. So for that sake, we have to take some circuits. The first circuit is related to forward bias and the second circuit is related to reverse bias. For forward bias, this is P, this is N, this is depletion layer. This PN junction diode is connected to a battery. To this battery, I am placing an arrow mark. Arrow mark indicates variable. Variable means changes. 2 volts, 20 volts, 30 volts means value goes on changing. So for that side, we are going to indicate arrow mark. On any electronic circuit, if you are going to indicate a arrow mark, means variable. It is going to change. So the positive, P is connected to positive terminal and N is connected to negative terminal. It is forward bias. Now you have to measure current. You have to measure voltage. Already we discussed. In forward bias, current is measured in milliampere. So to measure voltage, we are going to connect to a voltmeter. So this is a voltmeter which measures current. Being forward bias, you should connect to milliammeter. Ammeter, milliammeter. Ammeter means device used to measure current. That is what we are going to call ammeter. There are a number of devices to measure current. Galvanometer, ammeter, voltmeter, multimeter and so on. Ammeter is the device used to measure current. As in forward bias, current is measured in milliamperes, we have to use milliammeter. And the circuit also contains a switch. So this is a switch. So this is the circuit for forward bias. So the circuit for forward bias contains especially milliammeter to measure current, voltmeter, switch yes, and P should be connected to positive and N should be connected to negative of a variable battery. Variable means whose value changes. In the same way, we are going to connect a circuit for reverse bias. So this is P, this is N, this is depletion layer. P should be connected to negative, N should be connected to positive, and current voltage. So you have to calculate voltage and you have to calculate current. In reverse bias, current is measured in terms of microamperes. So microammeter is used to measure current. So we are going to connect it to a voltmeter to measure voltage, and then we are going to connect it to new A, microammeter. Microammeter. Why? Here current is measured in terms of microamperes. So microammeter is used. Finally, you have to connect to a switch, and this is a variable battery. So the main difference between the two circuits is, in the first circuit, in forward bias, you have to use milliammeter. In case of reverse bias, you have to use microammeter. Here, in forward bias, P should be connected to positive and N should be connected to negative of the variable battery, whereas in reverse bias, P is connected to negative and N is connected to positive of a variable battery. Now, coming to the current voltage characteristics of a PN junction diode. So we are going to draw a graph. Already we told current voltage characteristics means nothing but a graph. So we are going to draw a graph. So voltage should be taken along x-axis and current should be taken along y-axis. Generally current is measured, can be shown as I. In case of current chapters, we can indicate by small I, but generally here I am going to take it as capital I, just for our sake. So this region indicates forward bias. This first quadrant indicates forward bias, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant. So first quadrant indicates forward bias and third quadrant indicates reverse bias. Now, if you look at the graph in forward bias, nature of the graph would be in such a way. Just look at the graph in forward bias. In forward bias, the graph contains 3 points O, A, B. And now, as we are going to draw the graph for forward bias and reverse bias, just we can indicate all the terms. This is voltage, so this is for forward bias, so VF. This is for reverse bias, VR. Along y-axis, which indicates current. So this is for forward bias, IF, and this is for reverse bias, IR. So in forward bias contains 3 points O, A and P. First point is at O, voltage is 0, current is also 0. So at point O, VF, forward voltage is 0 and IF, forward current is also 0. So the voltage is 0 and current is also 0 at point O. Now, from O to A, with increase in voltage, current also increases. As from moving from O to A, voltage increases, current also increases, but current increment is very less. See, the current increases only up to here. This is only current increment. So with increase in voltage from O to A, current is increasing, but very less. What is the reason means? From O to A, forward voltage is less than potential barrier. Potential barrier voltage is more. As potential barrier voltage is more, charge carriers cannot move, so current is less. That is the reason why the graph is small between O to A. So from A, there is no increase in voltage, but still current increases and reaches point B. So such voltage at point A, where current goes on increasing, such voltage is called as knee voltage, cut-in voltage. There are a number of words for this, knee voltage or cut-in voltage. So these are the 3 important points in case of forward bias. So we have drawn a graph taking voltage along x-axis and current along y-axis. This is called current voltage characteristics of PN junction diode. In case of forward bias, there are 3 points O, A and B. At O, forward voltage is 0, current is also 0. So this is the point where both voltage and current becomes 0. From O to A, voltage increases, but current increase is there, but still it is very small. Why it is small means here forward voltage is less than potential barrier. As forward voltage is less, potential barrier is more, charge carriers cannot move so easily. That is the reason why we are going to get very small current between O to A. But from A, as Vf greater than Vb, as Vf greater than Vb means forward voltage is more than barrier voltage. So automatically, with even though there is no increase in voltage, current goes on increasing and reaches the point B. So such voltage where current goes on increasing, such voltage is called as knee voltage or cut in voltage. In such a way, we are going to discuss all the points in forward bias. Now coming to reverse bias. In reverse bias, the nature of the graph is which contains 2 points C and D. Just see the graph in reverse bias. From O to C, the voltage remains with increase in voltage between O and C. With increase in voltage, the current increases and remains constant. So almost it is a constant. So such a constant current is called as reverse saturation current. Such a current which remains constant, which moves constantly from O to C is called as reverse saturation current. And the most important point here is current flows due to breakage of minority charge carriers. Current flows only due to minority charge carriers. Up to now, we discussed about P type or N type. We discussed only about majority charge carriers. But this is the region where current flows due to minority charge carriers. From C to D, there is no increase in voltage, but this reverse current goes on increasing. So such voltage where the reverse current goes on increasing, such voltage is called as breakdown voltage. Such voltage is called as breakdown voltage. So in such a way, we are going to explain the characteristics of PN junction diode in reverse bias. So once again, a graph is drawn between current along x-axis and voltage along y-axis. In case of forward bias, there are 3 points O, A and B. At O, voltage Vf is 0, current If is 0. With increase in voltage, current also increases from O to A but is small. The current is very small. Why? Means forward voltage is less than potential barrier. Potential barrier is big. So the charge carriers cannot move and cannot produce more current. So current is less. But from A to B, as forward voltage is greater than potential barrier, in this case the current goes on increasing. Such voltage where current goes on increasing continuously is called as knee voltage or cut-in voltage. Coming to reverse bias, from O to C, with increase in voltage, current also increases but remains constant. It is a constant current. Such constant current is called reverse saturation current. Reverse means reverse bias, no? Saturation means maximum. So as this current is moving or this current is due to minority charge carriers. And from C, the reverse current goes on increasing. Such voltage where the current goes on increasing is called as breakdown voltage. In such a way, we can discuss the current voltage characteristics in case of PN junction diode. But don't forget, in PN junction diode characteristics, we have to use a milliammeter for forward bias and microammeter for reversal bias. So in such a way, we will discuss all the points related to PN junction